This welder is the best all-in-one machine you can buy for under $1,500, but let me explain why. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've been running this ESAB Rebel EMP 205ic for about 6 months now, mostly on weekend projects around the house, and a couple of small fabrication gigs. It's the only welder I've ever owned that can switch between sMIG, flux cord, stick, and even TIG without swapping out the whole machine. 1 minute I'm welding 1/8 inch mild steel with solid wire, the next I'm repairing a cast iron fence with a 6011 stick electrode, and later I'm TIG welding 4130 chromoly for a motorcycle frame. That kind of flexibility used to mean owning 3 separate machines and a second mortgage. Now I just flip a few buttons and keep working. Portability is where this thing surprises most people. At 49 pounds it's light enough to toss in the trunk of a compact car or carry up a ladder to a roof repair. I've dragged it across 3 job sites already and the metal case still looks brand new, no dents, no scratches. The handle is actually padded, so even when it's strapped to my back for a half hour it doesn't dig in. That's a big deal if you're a DIYer who doesn't have a dedicated shop. The sMIG technology is the secret sauce that keeps the arc stable even when you're feeding wire through a cheap spool, or the voltage sags a little. I ran a 25-foot extension cord off a generator last weekend, and the puddle stayed smooth instead of popping like popcorn. The TFT screen gives you real-time feedback on amps, volts, wire feed speed, and even a little graphic that shows you how hot the puddle is getting. It's like having a coach right there telling you to back off before you burn through. TIG welding on AC aluminum is where this machine really shines. The high-frequency start is instant, no scratching, no tungsten contamination. I tacked up a 6061 bike rim last month, and the bead looked like it came off a $3,000 machine. The foot pedal works smoothly too, so you can dial in the amperage exactly where you want it without hunting for the right setting. Flux cord welding outdoors in the wind used to be a nightmare because the shielding gas would blow away. With this welder I just pop in a spool of self-shielded wire, set it to flux core mode, and keep going even when it's gusty. I repaired a rusted trailer hitch in a downpour last week, and the weld held first try. The Rebel EMP 205ic also plays nice with auto-darkening helmets. I've got an old speed glass that's on its last legs, but even that worked fine because the machine's output is clean enough that the lens doesn't flicker. The multi-language menu is handy if you ever need to switch to Spanish or French for a quick demo. Now, nothing's perfect. The spool gun connection is on the side, so if you're welding overhead you might have to flip the whole machine around. It's not heavy, but it's not featherlight either, so a single-person setup takes a little getting used to. And the price tag is higher than a basic flux core-only rig, but when you factor in the 4 different processes you're actually saving money compared to buying separate units. Link is in the description. If you're serious about welding and want one machine that can handle everything from thin sheet metal to thick aluminum without breaking the bank, this is it. Check the link below and happy welding. For most buyers, the real question is not whether ESAB Rebel EMP 205ic AC DC multiprocess sMIG a sticker TIG welder sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like true all-process, excellent performance on MIG, flux cord, and professional TIG features such as high-frequency start in DC and actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like ESAB Rebel EMP 205ic AC DC multiprocess sMIG a sticker TIG welder usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.